There's a mechanism that's in place, and it's there for a reason. It's there to make sure you stay stifled. I mean, you may not feel like you're stifled as you move around your day. You might think that this is just normal living. In your car, getting fuel, going to work, doing whatever it is that you do to entertain yourself, and coming home, falling asleep after you've eaten and showered, and waking up after a good dream, or maybe not so good, to repeat it all over again. We make plans into the future to think that we're working towards something. These are called goals, and if we don't fulfill them, well, they're just called dreams. And we continue to do this to ourselves through the process of 65 or 75 years, if we're lucky, 85. And we call that a life well lived. If we have children and families, then we are blessed. If we don't go to prison and we walk a fine line and we keep our head down and we are able to buy a home after 30 years, paying off 4 just to have 1, if we're able to keep ourselves out of massive debt and our head out of water and we're able to provide for our families, well, then we've done the right thing. But what is that thing that we've done so correctly? What is it that we've achieved? What have we become? Old? Wrinkly? Ash? It's hard to tell. It's hard to know. It's hard to see the road signs along the way that are saying, hey, this is the direction you need to travel. It's so much easier to be a caged gorilla being fed on a daily basis by a system that doesn't really care than it is to be a savage on his own, having to hunt and chop wood and carry water. I think the whole point is to make sure you don't really know what freedom is. That you become more comfortable with a provided environment, an artificial habitat, so that you won't want to step outside of it for fear of losing all of that comfort, the perceived comfort. But the fact of the matter is, it's not comfortable. It's hampering you. It's like being comfortable in a hospital bed. You're still in the hospital. It doesn't bode well for the future if you use all of the resources today and tomorrow just so you can keep your habitat comfortable. It doesn't bode well for the future if you're not able to advance society to transcend the use of machines in the way that we use them today. It doesn't bode well for the future when the only thought you have is if you're comfortable or not. But those that are in control, that have more money than you, more power than you, more time than you, those that are in control want you to stay out of their realm. We might be human beings together on the same planet, but we are definitely not living the same lives, in the same world, in the same methods. We are not ruled by the same rules, and ultimately, we are not the same kind. Generationally speaking, people have come before us and they have said that their blood contained something that allowed for them to be considered royal, ordained, above us, leaders of us. They say in their blood, there's a genetic code, a sequence that separates them from the regulars. You think this to be true? If it is true, why is their blood different? And if it's not true, why do we allow them to tell this lie? Why do we service them as if they are better than us? Take a look at the world, you will see monarchies. Take a look at the world, you will see chosen people. Take a look at the world, and you will see misery. Every single day, the miserable have to fight, eke out an existence. You're lucky you can hear these words right now. You're a step above the most impoverished. That one among us who cannot hear me, who would never even know how to hear me, that one is the one we should be most concerned with. For if you have nothing to lose, you have everything to gain. What is it when the power goes off? It's a dark world. But that one's been living in the shadows this whole time. What is it when the food supply stops going? It's a hungry world. But that one has been starving the whole time. The system is a gigantic jackbooted thug with only one idea: to keep its boot on your throat. It has perfected this oppression. It has come about in such a manner to stop you from ever dreaming of ever being a man of freedom, a woman of liberty. For the lie told to you is that you are comfortable, you are better.